Two men have been killed by a camel that escaped from a Tennessee petting zoo, which I think is pretty funny, but also really depressing because it's kind of a story that you just never really think about what actually happened, and yet somehow this happened. I mean, like, come on. A camel in Tennessee. So, two men were killed by a rampaging camel that escaped from a petting zoo in Tennessee, according to local officials. Bobby Metheny, 42, and Tommy Gunn, 67, both from the volunteer state, died after they were cornered and attacked by the frenzied camel Thursday in Obion, roughly 100 miles northeast of Memphis. The humped beast was killed by responding law enforcement officers. The Obion County Sheriff's Office got a call about a loose camel attacking people near the Shirley Farms petting zoo at around 4:45 p.m., the department said in a statement. Can you imagine being an officer and receiving a call, "Hey, by the way, yeah, there's two people getting attacked by a rampaging camel?" Like, what? So when deputies arrived, they found the two unconscious victims and the unhinged creature on the loose. Several agencies were on the scene to provide aid and get the victims to safety. As deputies moved one of the victims into an ambulance, the camel reappeared and attacked a sheriff's office vehicle. Officers were forced to put the camel down for safety of everyone on the scene, the statement said. Matheny and Gunn succumbed to their injuries and were declared dead at the scene. It's not clear how the camel got loose, and a family member of one of the victims told WTVF that two men had been at the farm to try and help capture the camel. The animal cornered them and attacked, stomping the men to death. Holy crap. The relative said, wow, that is such a brutal way to go out. A camel expert told the outlet that when fully grown, the animals have enough strength to crush arms and legs along with your neck while kicking forward and backwards. Most animals can only kick backwards. Camels would do a combination of all those things while kneeling forward to crush you, the expert said. Geez, camels are like some crazy, brutal creatures. What the heck? Shirley Farms told CBS News that they are upset and grieving about the attack but provided no further details. Metheny had worked as a janitor at Lake County High School, according to an online obituary, and a funeral service has been scheduled for 3 p.m. on Sunday in the school's gymnasium. Autumn Staggs, who worked as a janitor alongside Metheny for 5 years, said in a heartfelt Facebook post with a video attached of Metheny joking around while he cleaned a school floor. We shared many laughs and many hard work days up there until I decided to leave for another job. He was always my go-to when I needed to vent and vice versa. Bob was one of a kind, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but rest easy, big guy, she wrote. 5 years of knowing you, 5 years of always counting on you, 5 years of you never failing to be a good coworker and friend, but this hurts, man, hurts bad. You were my friend, my sidekick up there, and I'm never going to forget you. And you know what? Like this statement right here, I actually really like a lot. Like, I'm never going to forget you because, man, this is just a sad. Like, it's. The reason why I say that is funny when I first started this was because, like, the situation, like, you just hearing a camel, uh, like, attacking people in Tennessee sounds funny, right? Like, that is a funny situation. Like, why on earth would a camel be in a state like Tennessee? But it's a very depressing situation because two people lost their life while they were trying to help the farm to get them back, to get this camel back. And they ended up suffering from their generosity, which sucks, right? You know, two people ended up trying to do something good and they ended up meeting their end pretty brutally if the camel actually just smashed their heads in. Like, it's something to really think about. You know, it's like, wow. Now, another reason why I'm covering this is that a lot of people go throughout their lives without any, like, preparation. And what I mean by this is that I don't know the exact situation that these two people are in, but for example, let's take Bobby Matheny, right? It obviously seems like he has a kid, and so I don't know if he's married or whatnot, but if he did not have life insurance, his wife, his kid, or kids might suffer even more than they would just from, suffering from his loss of life, right? Because, like, hey, their dad died, that's brutal. Hey, if he has a wife, her husband died, that's brutal. Like, they gotta mourn that, right? Especially for their mental health and all that kind of stuff. But if now they also have to worry about paying bills, taking care of themselves, they're not even going to really be able to truly spend the time to mourn the loss of life, right? But if he was someone who did prepare for the end, right, by just simply getting like a simple, like, short term life insurance policy, right, you could end up completely changing, this passing situation in the sense that it would allow his family to be able to take care of his funeral, take care of any sort of debts that he might have, because his debts will end up going to her if they are married and all that kind of stuff. But also, they could survive, at least for a little while, depending on the size of the life insurance policy, and actually mourn the loss of someone that they loved, right? Because a lot of people don't really think, what are the actual, like, how do people actually deal with death, right? And a lot of people don't understand that if you do not have the money, when someone you love passes away and you relied on their income in some way, or what they did for you in terms of, like, oh, they helped you around the house, maybe they help you getting in and out of the car because maybe you're handicapped, all that sort of stuff, right? If you relied on someone like that and they're gone, now your attention isn't on the morning, your attention is, now I have a whole bunch of problems that I need to solve, and I don't even have the time to actually think about the person that I love going away forever, right? And a lot of people really need to take it a little bit more seriously because, yes, this is a super freak situation, but people end up passing away every single day. So you might think that you are immortal or that nothing bad is going to happen to you, but guess what? All it takes is some stupid person texting while driving and they end up hitting you, you're dead, right? Or someone, drinking and driving and they hit someone that you love and they're dead, right? Or you could literally be just walking down the street, slipping on a banana peel that somehow has a whole bunch of, I don't know, vegetable oil poured onto it. You slip on it, you fall, the back of your head hits like concrete or sidewalk, and you pass away. There you go, you're dead. So there's always freak things that happen. There's also diseases. There's just old age. Anything can happen, and just some simply like preparing something as simple as like a short-term life insurance policy can really help the people that are left behind a lot, right? Especially if you are like a single income family and you have like a husband and a wife, or husband, wife, whatever you guys are into, right? If you have like a partner, like two partners and kids, but you only have one source of income stream, and that one source of income stream out of one of those partners ends up dying, the whole family is now screwed. And now that puts them into danger, right? So it's just something to really think about because, yes, this is a freak situation, but guess what? You also got to prepare for things like this.